Before I wanted to spend the time reviewing the Google Home, I wanted to spend some time with it so that I could really learn its positives and its negatives, and to really learn if it's really worth its price tag. Now, to you, I don't know if this is a big concern, but for me, it's really not. But the Google Home does kind of look like a Febreze air freshener. And you can either like that or not. For me personally, I have seen the Amazon Echo in person, and I'm just not a huge fan of it. Even though technically it does have a better speaker than the Home, it's just a pretty bland design, and I really kind of like the aesthetics of the Google Home, and it kind of fits nicely in any kind of room environment. There are two different sections for this review. There is the positives, and then the things that need to be worked on, and then whether you should or should not buy it. Now, what are some of the benefits of it? Now, I use the Google Home all the time. It has replaced my alarm clock, and it's very nice to be able to wake up to an alarm. You can just be sitting in bed, you don't have to turn over when you wake up to know what time it is. You can just say what time it is, you can ask for it, and it's very helpful with that. There are other things that it's very helpful with too. You can say, "Hey Google, play me the news." And then,
Here's the latest news. By the way, you can also ask for news about a given topic, like news about the Oscars or any other topic that is currently in the news. From NPR News Now at 8 p.m. today.
Live from NPR News.
hey Google,
Mornings,
stop.
I'm Jim Hogg.
That is one of the benefits of it. You can wake up and have a morning routine. In the Google Home app, you can set something that you can wake up to every morning, and it becomes very helpful because you can just kind of give it one keyword and it'll tell you all these different things. It'll tell you the weather, it'll tell you with Google Maps information your commute time. It'll also tell you whether you should bring a raincoat or something like that. Sometimes it'll tell you the news if you ask for it. So there are many different uses for it. One of the major benefits of the Google Home is its ability to play music. When I picked this thing up back in November, didn't really know how good the speaker would be, and people had said that the Amazon Echo had a better speaker, so I really wanted to test this out. And I've been a long time Google Play Music subscriber, and I also get YouTube Red with it, so I thought I might as well try it out. And it is fantastic. It is a wonderful speaker. Not only for $130, which you pay for the device, do you get all of its assistant features in a more loud form where it's always listening, and that's one of the downsides that a lot of people have. But for me, it's not a huge issue. So, but in addition to all those Google Assistant features that you would get on your phone, you also get a pretty decent speaker. Now, don't get me wrong, there are many different speakers on the market from companies like Sonos or Bose that are probably going to sound much better than the Google Home. But when you consider the price tag and what you're getting with it, then it's pretty wonderful. One of the other problems that I've had is just that, and I know it depends a lot on your internet circumstances, so whether you have multiple Wi-Fi networks in the area, or your ping time, or even your download and upload speed. But for me personally, what I've noticed is Google Home does not answer as fast as I would like it to, and that becomes a problem because when you're in bed and just want to know the time or want to ask it a quick question, it is very unnatural to kind of have to wait a few seconds for it to respond. Now, sometimes it's better, and it also depends on the type of response. So sometimes I'll ask it a longer question, but during that time, depending on what it's looking for, it'll take longer. Sometimes it's shorter. But that's just something I would keep in mind, because if it's something that I'm experiencing, then it's something that probably other people have experienced as well. Now we get on to the final thing, which is, should you spend the money on a device like the Google Home or even, Alexa or something like that? I would say yes, but it really depends. So if you don't really need a device like this, but if you're like me, someone who really likes to be on the cutting edge of technology and have all these innovating features, then yes, I would go out and buy it. But if you're someone who just kind of really wants devices that have been proven to work, there is still a lot of work to be done with these personal devices. The one thing that I've really noticed, and I've thought this for a while, with all the different smart assistants on your phones and then in the home products like the Google Home and then Alexa, is there hasn't been a device or a software update that has imitated what the iPhone did to smartphones. That it hasn't gotten there. I think Google Home is starting to get there, but I think there's going to be something else in the future, and I don't know how far into the future it'll take, that will really kind of show what these things are going to be capable of far into the future. But right now, I would say yes if that is something you're interested in.